righty. Just as a reminder, we do record our partner meeting, so we're going to get that started here in just a moment. Purpose of the recording really is for us to be able to share the meeting for anybody who wasn't able to be here with us today. So hope that you are all okay with that. And I still got folks coming in. So I'm going to keep admitting people. All right. As we are waiting for folks to get in, why don't we go ahead and take the time to introduce ourselves in chat? And we'll do the same. This way we know who's here, in case we'd like to connect afterwards, or if our partners would like to connect. It's just helpful to know who all is here. Alrighty. Great. Well, today we're going to start the meeting a little bit different than we have, and that we've got some partner presentations to share with you today. Some different organizations who you may or may not be familiar with, and some updates and things that are going on with them. So is Gabby here?
Hello, Misha. Yes, I'm here.
Wonderful. Are you ready? Ready to present?
Sure, definitely. Can I share my screen? Just so
absolutely.
Give me one quick second. Already. Let's see. Okay, share my screen. Please let me know if you can see it.
We see it.
Okay, nice, very good. Okay, well, thank you for having me. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit about 211 Info, who we are and how we help the community. My name is Gabby Valdez. I use she, her, hers, ella pronouns, and I am the bilingual food access and SNAP specialist for the agency. This is my email and my phone number if you want to get in contact with me later. First, I would like to start by sharing our mission statement. 211 Info empowers Oregon and Southwest Washington communities by helping people identify, navigate, and connect with the local resources that they might need. 211 Info is an independent nonprofit agency. We are a community information call center. We provide just general information and referrals to the community about health and social service agencies. And we serve the state of Oregon and 4 counties of Southwest Washington. We get our fundings from the government, private contracts, and donations. I don't know if you know this, I didn't, but the number 211, it's part of the easy to remember numbers across the nation. Like for example, 311, which is a government and non-emergency info, 411, which is the directory assistance, 511, traffic and weather, 611, telephone customer support, 711, it's the telecommunications relay service, 811 is call before you dig. 911 is, of course, our emergency services. And just newly, the 988, which is the suicide and crisis lifeline. We are available to take calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we are also available by text, by email, online, or through the mobile app. When people call us, we normally ask optional demographic questions. This is just to identify where the caller is located and what resources are available in that area. We also ask those questions just to find out if they are eligible for other programs that might be, that might be on that area or helpful for the client. All the information is confidential. We don't share our data with agencies like police or ICE. If someone declines to answer, that's completely fine, but we require at least the zip code so we can find information or resources for the caller. This is how the 211 website looks like. Anyone can access and find resources for their own or for the client. All you have to do is just click on the icon of the resource that you're looking for. It's gonna ask for the zip code, and that's how you find resources on that location with the specific details of the agency and hours of operation. There are many reasons to use 211. We provide information about crisis assistance, shelters, food programs or pantries, transportation, employment, school, housing, legal services, mental health, addiction resources, abuse intervention, sexual health, foster programs, childcare, and much more. Right now, the call center is staffed with over 150 agents. We have in-house bilingual agents, and we have access to an interpreter line too. We are certified to provide compassionate support, equity-informed, and trauma practices. These topics that I just mentioned are just some of the areas that we provide information and support in. Food was one of them. In my case, I am the SNAP specialist for the agency. On 211, we cannot see or complete the SNAP applications or people's profiles. But what I do is I provide detailed information about the SNAP application process, how to apply, and I do answer basic eligibility questions. I troubleshoot the one website and the mobile app as much as I can. I provide information about local DHS offices, how to reach out to the DHS offices when it's needed. I offer information about food pantries or food programs on the area. And I got clients through processes or programs related to SNAP and food programs. I also make sure that our database records are up to date, so the agents, they know how to proceed during those calls. Let's see. We have some others, other coordinators that cover specific programs like maternal and childcare, foster programs, and the emergency incident response. We also have specific people that do outreach, and they cover specific areas in Oregon, and they share just general information about 211. And this is their names and contact information if you want to get in contact with them. And that's all that I have. That was just a really quick overview of 211. We are always trying to find agencies who want to partner with us so we can share their information or their resources with the community. Or if you ever need any 211 material from us, we can send you flyers or rack cards. We can drop them or we can mail them to you in case your clients want to get in contact with us. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Gabby. I know I appreciate learning a little bit more about what your role is and being able to assist Oregonians and help with SNAP. So thank you for that. Does anybody have any questions for Gabby?
It's not really a question, Misha, but just want to comment on the 211 website. I know Gabby mentioned you can, when you call, they take certain information from you. And I think as an agency, one of the things that I did when I was a family coach was when someone is in need, I remember going to the 211 website. And I think the common thing to tell people is call 211 or what have you. But some of our clients, they don't have access to telephones all the time or computers. And so what I was able to do was use the website and I'll filter it down by what their need was, their zip code, and so on and so forth. And it gave me a list of everything in their area. And then I just printed that off and gave to the person rather than just give them whatever resources are across Oregon. I was able to filter it down to their specific region. So it works just like she said it when you call, it works the same as when you get online. So I just want to commend them on that resource.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dwight. Anybody else have anything they'd like to say? All
think I
right,
can just say one thing, Misha.
sure.
Hi, everybody. Heather Miles. Gabby, I just want to thank you for the work that I know that you and the team also does at some of the events that we have statewide, and what you've been doing in terms of promoting some of our other programs like Double Up Food Bucks. I know that that's been one of those things that 211's really helped to highlight for us, especially during the last few years. So we really appreciate the work that you've done there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. It's always nice to see you.
All right. Up next I have Ashley, but I don't know that I see Ashley. Is Ashley online? I think we may need to circle back around to Family Tree in case she got delayed. So we will go ahead and move on to the next section, but we can come back around if Ashley gets here. So we've got some different updates and announcements that we wanted to have time to share with you. I'm not sure who's going to be up first. Is it Stephanie? Are you gonna?
Hi,
us?
yes, good
Thank you.
afternoon, everyone. Stephanie Cook, I'm a SNAP policy analyst here at ODHS. So I'm going to share a little information about pandemic EBT and where we are at with that program, and then a little bit about the SNAP time limits for our ABOT program. So we are coming to a close with pandemic EBT. It's been a long but wonderful about 3 years, but that program in its entirety is starting to wrap down. We just issued our final payment of PEBT for school year 2022-2023. Those benefits were issued on October 17th, and those were for our eligible SNAP children under the age of 6. So those benefits did go out a few days late. So if you happen to hear from your communities that they didn't expect or they didn't receive the benefits as expected on October 13th, we did have a system delay that caused benefits to be issued on Tuesday rather than the previous Friday. But those benefits all have been issued out. So when that was all said and done, we've issued about $43 million for school year 22-23 to about 98,000 eligible SNAP kids under 6. So we're very happy with that. For PEBT overall, we've hit the threshold and we've issued over $1 billion in SNAP benefits and PEBT in the entirety of all of the PEBT programs. So it's a pretty great accomplishment for Oregon. We will have our call center continue to be open through the end of November. So if families continue to have questions, through October, and they're wondering about needing a replacement EBT card or questions on benefits or just questions on the program in general, I'll put the contact information in the chat, and then Misha can share it also in the meeting minutes. But the call center will be open through the end of November. So I'll pause and take any questions about PEBT or any comments.
Did you say 43 million, Stephanie, dollars?
Yeah, for this program. So for this period, for just school year 2023. So over $1 billion when we add them all up together. All right. So now I'll move along to our SNAP time limits for ABOD. So it is time, and we have met our 3 countable months here in Oregon. And so we do anticipate households are going to start to have their benefits closed or reduced starting in November. So notices have been sent out to families. It's about 28,000 individuals that we anticipate are going to either have their benefits reduced or completely closed. They do have the opportunity to regain eligibility. So even if they earn their 3 months of benefits without doing the work requirements, they can contact our ABOD customer service team and they can talk through, their options at regaining eligibility. But we did want to let everyone know that that is coming. And so, be prepared if there are questions. Feel free to reach out to our team if there's anything or any support that we can provide. And then, of course, we'll open up this time right now for questions if anyone has any.
I don't see anything in chat so far.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'll turn it back over to you, Misha. Those are the updates I have for today.
Okay, thank you. And did we have any information on the COLAs? When that's, oh, looks like Beth has a hand up. Beth, what's your question?
Thanks. I'm sorry, I was having trouble unclicking everything. I am just wondering, I'm sorry, I was trying to look and verify, but I was having a lot of trouble finding one nice clear list on the agency's website of all the exemptions from the SNAP time limits. And because I really just wanted to have one place to point people to, and I couldn't find some place that listed them all nice and clearly and included the newest ones like homelessness and past military service. Does that exist yet? And if not, how soon can we expect that? It's just really, I'm just having a hard time figuring out how to make sure people know. And actually, maybe that's the other part of my question. Could you remind us whether the notice that goes out gives that complete list? So someone who gets a notice saying they're being turned off because it's been 3 months, they can look and see if they actually do qualify for any of the categories, like a complete list, including the newer categories.
Hi, good afternoon, Beth. I apologize, I'm not on camera, but let me know if you can hear me okay. This is Antonio with the SNAP program.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can go ahead and take that question. So there's a couple of places where we have the information. So on our website, we do have a link to the information about the work requirements, including the exemption reasons. Those do include the new 3 exemptions, veterans experiencing homelessness and a former foster youth. We also do have a form which we have in our form server, which is available to the public, but I can provide a copy in the link, or I'm hoping that one of my coworkers can do that while I'm answering the question. And that form includes information about how to contact us, how to contact the ABOD team. It does include the different ways that a person can be meeting the work requirements, and it provides space for people to report the different things that they may be doing. If they are participating on work activities and for some reason they were unable to complete the work activities during a month, they're able to report that using that form. It also lists all the possible exemption reasons that a person might be able to meet. And it also allows them to connect. It provides information regarding contacting the ABOD team so that they may be referred to our ABOD contractor OED in the areas where OED services are being provided. And so I see that Stephanie put that in the handout. Does Did that answer the question you were
Yes,
asking?
and now I'm
Okay.
on the website, on your website, and I can see that the newest categories have been
Mhm.
added. So thank you guys so much for
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, I realized it took us a little long to update the website, so I apologize for that. But we've tried to make the updates needed, and we're updating and providing more information. If there's something else that should be included that you're not seeing, please let us know so that we can add additional information onto it.
Thank you, Antonio. I did notice, because I just went to the website myself, that it lists out actually if a participant wants to email the ABOD team directly, what to include in the email and any exemptions that they feel they may meet. So that information is listed very clearly as well, so that folks can contact and get that information in. Are there any other questions? All right. I think we just had the COLA listed because we are expecting a COLA here pretty soon. Does anybody have a date that they can let folks know about when to expect any changes in benefit level there?
Yeah, Misha, I can share about that. So
Thank you.
a COLA did go into effect on October 1st. It didn't change the benefit level. It only increased our 130% federal poverty level. And this is something that's done every year by our partners at Food and Nutrition Services. So this one will go into effect through this whole year, and then, it'll update again. When the benefit levels tend to change are when we receive our 200% federal poverty level increase, which happens in March. So that's they kind of come twice a year, and they stagger them for us. But all of those have been updated. All of our forms on our form servers reflect the new amounts, and staff are aware of the changes.
Right, thank you for that and the clarification. Did we get Ashley? I'm scrolling through. I don't see that they are here. Does it look like it? All right. Are there any other SNAP updates or announcements that the SNAP team would like to make? Or Heather, did you have anything you'd like to share with anyone?
Sure, we're in that place where we're still kind of like looking at what may be happening with any potential federal government shutdown. There's still levels of turbulence, obviously, there. But I think all of us on this call, we're watching the news channels avidly to see what will happen next. But we did get some levels of reassurance. So in terms of some of our benefits, our federal partners have reassured us that we will be able to issue benefits through December of this year, which is a major relief for us. I think that's one of those bigger questions that, at least for now, we have a level of surety of how we can move forward in this area of the work. We're still deeply curious about what will happen with that farm bill, and really plan on being in connection with all of you as soon as we have anything that we see firming up around that and what effects it would have for any of the participants here in Oregon. But the main thing is to know that the food is still going to be covered through that main period of time, and hopefully we'll be able to have everything resolved so that we won't be facing that shutdown prospect. But if we do go into that space again, know that we are likely to convene folks who are on this call to give you updates in between now and when maybe our next scheduled call will be. We'll make sure that we communicate things as quickly as we can to you and let you know the status of where benefits may be at. And equally, any of those communications that we're doing for our community partners, you can help leverage through this period of time. We're deeply grateful for the work that you do and for helping to reassure our families and spread that message through the communities. So as we know more, we will share, and as we kind of like evolve through this space, we'll share with you as well. I think that's a really big other, Misha. I hate to do that at the end of updates, but I think that's just, again, part of the reality of this program right now. There's a level of turbulence that is being affected by some of the congressional changes we're making.
All right, thank you, Heather. Yeah, it's hard to figure out how best to put that on the slide, right? When we're not really sure, but we will definitely be in communication with everybody as we get more information. So if we can go to the next slide. We do have a couple of other updates. Our next meeting was scheduled for November 23rd, but due to the holiday, we will be canceling that meeting. Wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of that, so I will be sending that cancellation. I didn't want to do that until we had a chance to meet. What we are going to do is we're going to send another kind of e-meeting bulletin like we did in August when we canceled our August meeting. That seemed to go over pretty well with folks. We got some good feedback there. And so we'll do that so that we can help share any important news and updates. So wanted to let you all know that. If there is anybody or any organizations on the call today who has information that you might like us to include on that bulletin, please reach out and let me know. I know we included some information about Double Up Food Bucks in the last one, which had a great response. So we would love to be able to include information for partners if there's anything that you'd like us to include in that as well. So throwing that out there as an opportunity for you if you'd like. The partner meeting in December will will go on as planned. So that's December 28th. I know that they're in between holidays for some folks, and there may be some folks out of town, but there's also a lot going on, just like Heather alluded to earlier. And so it's going to be real important that we have some kind of a check-in there. So we will still plan to meet. So you can go ahead and plan for that on December 28th. Any questions about what to expect for the next couple of months as far as meetings go? You may notice that on your calendar, there are no meetings scheduled for 2024. That's because when I scheduled them, I only scheduled them out for the year or the rest of the year. So you can expect that I will be sending a new invitation out probably in the next month or so with more dates of the meeting for 2024. So that's something to look forward to, and we'll get those on your calendar. If your schedule is anything like mine, the sooner the better, so that you can, make room and schedule around those sort of things. So we will definitely get those out soon. Wanted to share that with you. Next slide, please. All righty. Those of you who join us in our self-sufficiency partner meetings have already heard about this opportunity, but I wanted to be sure to bring it up in this space as well, because if you haven't been attending that meeting, you might not know. And we want to make sure that everybody is invited and is aware of this opportunity. So right now, we are working on our vision into action, specifically, what that looks like and how we're working with Oregonians and our communities. And we really want to hear from you, from our partners, about what that should look like, what your needs are, how you would like it to look. So we've got two opportunities for you to share your thoughts. The first one is just next week. It's from 10 to noon. And there'll be a short opportunity to hear about Vision into Action, as that we're all kind of level set and in the same place before we go into breakout sessions and it is 10 to noon so that we can really take time and not have one of those breakout sessions where we run out of time, which I know happens sometimes in this meeting because it's a shorter meeting. So we're really going to take some time to hear what folks have to say. And we'll be taking all of those notes and bringing it back to the work group committees as we're working on that guide for our vision into action. So if you are interested in participating in those discussions, please do come to that. We will send this PowerPoint out, and that link right there where it says join meeting is clickable, and it'll put you right into the meeting. So you'll have that information. You may also participate in the Community Voice survey, which is also linked on this page. The survey mirrors the same questions that will be in the breakout sessions for the Community Voice forum. So we're asking the same questions. You don't have to participate in both. They are just two different opportunities. So if you can't make November 2nd, you can still contribute your thoughts and your ideas, and you can do that by doing the survey. Also, if maybe it's easier for you to form your thoughts and put them into writing than to speak them into a discussion, it's an option for that as well. You are welcome to participate in both, but please don't feel like you have to. They really do kind of mirror the same sort of questions. We're receiving or asking for the same feedback. So wanted to make sure that you were all aware of this opportunity, and we're hoping to have a nice big group so that we can get lots of feedback, lots of great discussions. So any questions about this opportunity? All right, I'm not seeing anything right now. So we are at the end of our agenda. We have another 15 minutes potentially where we can take questions or move into a different conversation if you have any requests. If not, we can give some time back to you, and the gift of time is always nice as well. So is there anything anybody would like to discuss? Something you were hoping to talk about today? Michael.
I know I've mentioned it before, but I wanted to bring it up again. Crossroads Communities gained access to 2,060 space heaters. So if your organization deals with vulnerable populations who are housed or sheltered that do need access to these, we are providing them free of charge. We have partners in 7 different counties who are able to get those distributed. If you are outside those counties, we are happy to help you pick some up from us if you have the way to transport them. So do not hesitate to reach out.
That's awesome. Thank you, Michael. I don't know how I missed that before. If you've spoken that into space. It looks like they're asking for your contact information in chat. And Susie, since you're taking notes for us, maybe you can note that so we can make sure that it's also included in the minutes for folks. Anybody else have an announcement they'd like to make or something that they're hoping to talk about? So I'll throw this out. I think that, Michael, you might have sparked some interest in Crossroads. We would always like to welcome folks to be able to present so that we can learn more about the different organizations and what you offer. And so if you are interested, Michael, or anybody on this call and having an opportunity to present like 211 presented today, we invite you to do so. We will get you on the schedule. So just reach out to me and let me know. All right. I am not seeing any hands. So I think we can give you the gift of time today, and that's always a nice gift sometimes. Oh, Gabby, yes.
Didn't know if I should bring this up or not. I went to an event yesterday and somebody asked me if the DHS office had anything prepared for the teachers' strike that it's about to happen now in November 1st. I don't know if that's just in Portland or the event was happening in Portland yesterday. So I don't know if it's a Portland thing or I didn't know anything about it. I don't know if you guys know anything. Just bringing that up.
It's a good question. I have not heard any conversations around that, but perhaps somebody from our SNAP team can talk about how that might work if applying for benefits, if you're in a situation where you are not working because you're with your union and
Yeah.
on strike.
Yeah, Misha, I can speak to that a little bit. So that is correct. Portland Public Schools is anticipating to go on strike starting November 1st. And they will not be paid, of course, for their strike time. So they absolutely can apply for SNAP benefits. And because they have that temporary break in income, we would just want them to report that on their application. And then our eligibility workers can work through to see if they're eligible for benefits or not. So we would, encourage anybody who, has that loss of income to please apply for benefits. So if any of your agencies do have contact with anyone who is going to be working through that strike, that really does look like it's coming, November 1st, then yes, please encourage them to apply for benefits. They can do so, any of our ways optional. They can go online and do it through the One eligibility system. They can visit any of our ODHS offices. They can call and apply over the phone. But yeah, we would encourage them to apply.
Gabby, thank you for being brave and asking the question. If you're not quite sure, please just ask, because you can definitely sometimes get more information than you realized you would.
Yeah.
But it also raises awareness for everybody else. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
This is Annie, and Gabby, I will connect with you offline because we've been working with PPS. There will be meals available for families, grab and go meals, 3 days a week at probably about half of the schools. So that information is now posted online as of today. I actually asked them just this morning if they had let 211 know how to direct families, and I don't think so. So I'll follow up with you and send you information about that. And also school-based pantries are having to be closed or relocated. So I'll connect with you about that.
Thank you.
Does anyone know if the students will still be getting access to food such as breakfast, lunch, and what have you, as we're on that topic?
What we know, there might be someone else on the call who knows more, but what we know so far is that it will be 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it will be grab and go meals. I believe breakfast and lunch.
Okay, so this is for the staff and students.
It will be open to any child 1 through 18.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so anyone who wants to help get the word out, that will be great.
All right. Any other questions about this? Okay. Well, if there are no further items folks would like to talk about or questions, I think we can go ahead and close our meeting a little early today. And thank you for being here, and be on the lookout for our electronic meeting bulletin that will go out probably at the end of November. You can expect it by the 30th. That's our goal, so that you can get that information. Thank you so much and have a good day.
Thank you.